What's up, everybody? It's Will, and guess what? I'm back! Back doing videos live here on the show, and I'm talking with my hands a lot. I usually don't know what to do with them. Do I keep them up here? Just keep them by my side? I don't know. Maybe I should take lessons from Ricky Bobby. He knows, right, guys? But you guys are going like, Will, what are you talking about? You're back. We've been getting video uploads all week. What are you talking about, man? And I'm going to tell you what I was talking about. I went to Indy Pop Con. It wasn't like a whole week thing, it was a weekend, and I thought I was going to have more time to edit the videos I put up there for you guys right now, but I didn't. It was so crazy, and Kevin Smith talks a lot. So I'm going to talk about my experience at Indy Pop Con, and just kind of do like a little vlog and my reflections on it, and all the cool people I met, and yeah, I guess intro.
Knock, knock, open up the door. It's Will!
I was kind of rambling there, but Indy Pop Con was a fun experience. I was talking with a friend's mom about going with their son to go to Indiana Comic Con, but they just kept saying that. And if you guys are like in like the con knowledge or just know of stuff going on, I've heard of Indiana Comic Con. Apparently it's new. They've been doing it at the convention center, and I looked up that guest list, and they had like Jessica Negre, Ian McDermott, the Emperor, and Ray Park. I'm like, oh my god, that makes sense because that person loves the Empire, they love the bad guys, they love the Emperor and Darth Maul. So I was like, yeah, I'll go, but I don't know if I can get off this weekend for work. And they're going, oh, it's not until June. What are you talking about, Will? I'm going like, this is the one, right? I pulled up the stuff, showed them everything, and they're going, oh, I didn't know about that one. I was talking about Indy Pop Con. And I looked it up immediately, and the first thing that shows up is Ninja Sex Party. And if there's one thing you need to know about me, I fucking love the Game Grumps. Especially Dan, he is my favorite. I like them both, but like Danny is one of my boys. I think the only thing that would separate us is that he's a Giants fan and I'm a Patriots fan. I know, hate on me, hate. Oh yes, I feed off your hate. Give it to me, yes. But I saw that, I'm like, yes, I'm going. And then I saw everyone else that was going, and I actually got to meet and talk to some of these people or see their panels, and it was really great. So I'm going to tackle it here. So highlights of going to this con. This is my first con. I lost my con V card. I mean, here it is physically, but metaphorically, my con V card has been cut right now. And it's really cool. I actually ran into a guy I went to high school with up there. He actually hosted a panel about animation and stuff, Zach Paulus. So shout out to you, man. They used to call him Paul Ass. Ha ha ha, very funny, but he's a really cool guy. It was really nice talking to him and catching up, and apparently our common acquaintance, Jake Fudge, couldn't come. He's still working on his house, and he's doing his own things. He's the guy at Nerd Church I talked about in my X-Men video. He's a pretty cool guy. It's a bummer he couldn't come, but I ran into Zach Paulus. He's doing an animation panel. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, we talked for like a brief second, and then we kind of dispersed. And yeah, that was about all of that. But they had all kinds of cool vendors. Too bad I was a broke bitch and could not get anything. But I was like, They had so many sales on comics and pop vinyls. I'm just going like, maybe it's good I'm broke because I wouldn't be able to eat because there's so much cool stuff. But let's see, what did we go to first? Since we were noobs, we decided to go to like the little first timers, like little panel. They like give you info and tell you like who's there, who isn't, and like what to do, and like little tips and tricks to see your favorite panelists or to get autographs. And it was kind of informative. Like we left halfway through because we were like, this is kind of meh. Like the only thing we found out was that Karen Gillan, that's Amelia Pond, Amy Pond, but Amelia, yeah. So that new panel was okay. It was kind of informative. I didn't know this, but apparently there's like a bunch of weirdos, go figure, who like the cosplayers and want to like be touchy and weird. So they like stress like, hey, if you want to take pictures of all these cosplayers, like ask, be like genuine, and try not to be weird about it. And which I'm like, it's common sense, but I even witnessed in the background, like, out of my peripheral, some old guy asking a girl like, oh, hey, you're dressed up, aren't you, little girl? And she's like, no, I'm just dressed in my normal clothes. Oh, well, you're a character in my book. Could I take a picture of you? I'm going like, oh my god, like, what the fuck is going on behind me? Like, I felt so, like, sorry for the girl. I mean, not gonna lie, she wasn't bad on the eyes. I'm going, like, not even I, the smooth guy I am, would go, like, hello there, what do we have here? You belong here amongst us, amongst the clouds. Can I take a picture of you? It was really an awkward situation that I noticed in the background. I'm going, like, oh my god, I feel so bad. But anyway, the first thing we did after that was just kind of like get a lay of the land. We had to get these. You have to get these wristbands to get free autographs because some people charge, some people don't, and we were like some of the last few to get the wristbands to get autographs from Ninja Sex Party. So thank the gods that happened because there's like 4 or 5 left after we got out of the line. We're like, oh yes. So after that, we kind of just ate, chilled. I'm trying to think of this in my head and just stop myself from rambling. I got to see Steve Cardenas, which some of you are going like, Steve Cardenas, Steve. Are you guys thinking about Spanish Steve Meats? I'm like, no. That's Rocky the Red. I'm going to throw a picture up. The blue Zeo Ranger from Power Rangers. He was a cool guy. I got to talk to him for a hot second. Actually, was getting like some advice of like how to like break out in like this or maybe even further into acting and stuff. And he was very genuine, very nice. And I kind of felt like I was wasting his time here and there. Also, I am a lot taller than him. I don't mean to be cocky and arrogant, but I'm 6'5", and like he came up to like about here on me. I'm going like, what the hell, man? I even made a joke like going, hey, like I'm taller than you. And he just kept jumping in. I felt like a little dick after that. I'm going, oh. I probably just made that comment. I was going like, oh my god, like I probably made this guy feel like a little shit, or I feel like a dick now. Like, oh, what the hell did I just do? Like this is one of my childhood heroes. I mean, it'd be cool to meet the other Rangers, but it was cool to meet my first Power Ranger finally. After that, we got in line to get autographs from the Nostalgia Critic and meet him. He was very nice. Malcolm, Rob, their dad, Tamara, they were all super nice. I did this weird thing where I was like shaking their hand, but then I was like, oh yes, thank you, it was nice to meet you. Like I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? Like I like fucking I would just fucking like made a weird first impression. But this guy in front of me was hilarious. He was like cussing. He got really red in the face. I was just like, oh, all right. It can only go uphill from here, man. I can do better than that. I can try to be nice. I brought up this channel, and he was like, oh yeah, that sounds really cool. Like I'm glad I could be an inspiration for you. Like he was very nice. And I also got, sorry, I'm bending down on this, but I got a picture of Santa Christ and Doug signed from them. Very cool, right? So cool. I'll put that like about like where it would be if I were to upload it, but got that signed. I might get it framed or something just because it is super nice, and I love Santa Christ. And apparently, we got the DVD of his like little bonus features and stuff, and there's the origin of him, and Tom Brady is somehow associated with this, and it's actually kind of hilarious. I love it, but let's continue. I got more insight about the con while we were waiting in line for Ninja Sex Party autographs. Apparently, they had done this before last year without the wristbands or any of this. They had nothing like set up in stone. Like they're still new. I believe this is their 3rd year doing it. But apparently, people waited 8 hours in line to get stuff signed by Markiplier, and some people didn't get stuff signed, and he had to go. And just like, oh my god, it sounded like chaos. So I'm kind of glad PopCon learned from that, and I was one of the lucky few to get stuff signed by him. Not Markiplier, but by Dan and Brian. I got to talk to them for a hot minute. And they were very weird about this. I get it. They have to be speeding, try to get them out of there and kind of get them to their panels and get them to their hotels, get them fed. Make them have some personal time while they're there because, I mean, signing autographs, like, I get it. Signing autographs, talking to people, running into people all day. Like, they're probably, like, physically and mentally exhausted from that whole day. So they had to get them out of there, give them some time to rest, etc. And they limited their things to either one autograph and one picture, which I think was kind of silly because you could have them autograph something while you're in talks to them, and then if you have the camera over to them, to their people, they could take a picture real quick. It maybe would have taken a couple seconds more, but maybe those seconds add up. I do not know. I do not know how to throw a con, but I thought that was a little bit meh and mean. But yeah, when I met them, I was being smooth. I had someone take a picture of me. I'm going to put it up here while I was talking to them because I'm going like, they're not going to stop you if you're over here on the distance and your camera's good. So it will look fairly decent that I'm talking to Brian and Dan. But I was like shaking Dan's hand. I'm going like, oh my God, it's like so nice to meet you. Like your hair, this and that. And I totally like ignored Brian for a hot second. I was like, Brian, I'm sorry. Like, oh, you were a ninja over there. I brought up chakras, which, if you guys know, Brian hates stuff like that. I'm a huge nerd about that stuff because I listen to too much Game Grumps before I go to sleep. But yeah, it was really cool meeting them and just seeing how genuine and nice they were. Like, just during their panel, like, they even, like, apologized if people couldn't get to signings or get to see them. And they even, like, promised, like, hey, we're not going to do our autographs on Sunday. We're going to go walk to the con and, like, kind of meet people, be more interpersonal and just, like, be part of the crowd. So I was like, that's really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see him that day, but I was happy for the time I got to see them in that line and just for when I got to see their panel because they were hilarious. The first day was kind of chill. It was very nice. I'm glad we got there when we did and just really cool, great experience. And now to tackle day 2. I did not want to get out of bed, which I was tired from the ride and then from just the crazy experience and just went to sleep. Whatever, you get it. But that day, I guess the main highlight was seeing Kevin Smith. He did his little premiere of Yoga Hosers, which I'm going to talk about in an individual video just about the movie, but they apparently either Kevin Smith was running late or they told him the wrong time. There's a weird miscommunication. Another thing maybe the con should get down is their schedules because he was about 10 to maybe 15, maybe a half hour late. He was late. And he does if you guys know anything about Kevin Smith, he loves to talk. Loves to talk. I love hearing him talk and speak, but he did an hour preview into it, which is fine. His daughter introduced him and actually said some nice things because Father's Day was the next day. And also he was really stoked about talking about this movie and talking about working with Johnny Depp and how they even got this movie made. And I'm just going oh, that's kind of funny and interesting. Cool stuff. But yeah, it took a long time. But then the movie finally started. I'm like, all right, this is worth it. It was a very fun movie, and that's about all I will say until the actual review of it. Then they talked for another hour, and then they did Fat Man on Batman, and I was just dying, just nodding off, what else did we do that day? Earlier in the day, we got to see Kyle Hebert, which I'm an idiot. On Snapchat, I posted, oh, hey, the voice of Goku, because all their ads had a picture of him next to Goku. So I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. He's actually the voice of Gohan, the older Gohan, and the previously on Dragon Ball Z voice. I can do voices too. Not as good as him, obviously, but very cool. He had a little workshop talking about what you can do to improve voice acting, stuff like that. And speaking of voice acting, I got to see John Bailey too. That's the guy from Honest Trailers. If you guys watch Honest Trailers, I hope you watch Honest Trailers if you're watching me, because they're hilarious, and I draw maybe a little bit of my humor and some of my inspiration from them. Okay, maybe not completely, but he was there, and they did this little noisy card game where noisy people cards where they do voices and read these weird sentences and stuff. Apparently, they're releasing the game here in the fall. That's interesting. It seemed interesting, and it seems maybe if I want to keep pursuing maybe doing voice acting or maybe stuff of that sort, maybe I want to pick that up, precious. See, I got some. I got Gollum. And voices he has. Yoda, I have a funny joke for you, Dan. Straight out of Tatooine. What did the bully say? What did Luke say to the bully about messing with his sister? You better not lay a hand on her. All right, but I'm going to stop doing the voices right now because some of you have already clicked off now because that scared the shit out of you. But yeah, I got back pretty late Saturday night and I was just pooped. I was dead. I was like, I need a monster to even survive Saturday. So Sunday I got to meet Gerard the Completionist. He's a guy on YouTube, if you guys don't know, who does little Let's Plays, sort of. He has this thing called Super Beard Bros. Some of his people do this thing called the Dex that revolves around Pokemon and how they work competitively in their cool Pokedex entries. But he mainly just finishes games 100% complete and reviews them and says, oh, hey, you should finish this or complete it, or, oh, it's terrible, don't complete that. What are you doing? But he was really cool, very nice. Him and one of his friends were just rocking out while they were waiting for people in line, and I snapped that. I may just eventually post a video of everything that I witnessed and with little captions about what's going on in them. But yeah, that was really fun. What else? Oh, we got to see the voice of Mario's panel. Charles Martinet. I will put the actual spelling somewhere in here, but he was super nice. I might get some blasphemy for this, but he reminded me of Robin Williams to a degree. He was so happy and just he came in and was doing the intro, and the person who was being the moderator came in and then he turned it on his head, started interviewing him. I was I feel that's something very improv-y or something Robin Williams would do if he were still around. I was this guy's awesome. He talked about the origins of doing Luigi's voice. I was going oh, that's so interesting. I totally thought it was a different guy. I'm an idiot. Apparently he does the voice of Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, or Waluigi, however you say it. I was just going like, wow, wow, he's making bank for Nintendo. Very cool. But yeah, that was really nice. Oh, and Tara Strong, she was super nice too. I didn't get to really talk to her, but I saw her panel. And this mother went up and mentioned like, oh, hey, like, my daughter got to meet you and she's autistic and you just like made her day. And Tara Strong turned around going like, no, like your daughter made my day. Like it's a blessing to meet her and she was really great. And like she actually had her come up on stage and like gave her a hug and like she took the mic away for a second and like said something personal to her. I was going like, oh my God, like I will just say this about everyone I met this weekend and got to see. They were all awesome and super nice, and I hope one day if I get up to that level that I can retain that niceness and being awesome, or just be as awesome as these guys were, because it was very, very surreal seeing them in like person and just realizing like, oh, these guys are people, and like just seeing that most of my heroes are like some of the people I want to be like here soon are not assholes. Like, thank God, because if I ran into some of them and they were like, oh no, like, fuck you, buddy, I don't want to be friends with you. Like, I don't want to hear about your fucking YouTube channel or hear about this and that. Like, I would have been crushed. I've been like, even at 26, I would have been like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what did I do? Like, why is this guy an asshole? It was just so cool meeting like some people from my childhood, some people like from like more recent times of me watching YouTube. Just, it was so crazy. I definitely want to go to a con again. And maybe next year, because it's in July, I will try to go to Pop Con again, depending on the guest lists and stuff. Maybe I'll try to go one in Columbus or Cincinnati. I don't know. It's so surreal, and I want to go to more and meet more people because it was really awesome. And I also like met a few people in lines, became really friendly, and saw some nice cosplays. It was a really great experience. And I'm going to take a second now and just say thank you, people who threw the Indy Pop Con. You have a lot of patience. And all right, I just want to thank initially the people who threw Pop Con. You guys have a lot of patience, and this is your third year. And for a third year of doing something, still kind of getting the hang of things, it was all right. I will say, if I had to give you some criticism, some of the panels didn't start on time or people came late to them. It just, sometimes you guys can't control that, but I will say it was really great from what I experienced. And I want to personally thank all the people like Gerard, Danny, Brian, Nostalgic, Rob and Doug Walker, the Channel Awesome crew, Steve Cardenas, everyone I got to meet and talk to personally, or even get to see, like, thank you for being really awesome and nice, because you made my first con experience really great. And just like some of the stuff you guys said, like during your panels, like, oh, hey, if you want to create or do a podcast or keep doing this, like, you got to keep doing it. Don't stop. Funny enough, like Popstar, I can never stop, never stopping. Like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep doing this. If you guys don't like this video, that's fine. Like, maybe this video isn't for you. Or maybe if you guys like this and you want to go to a con, like maybe you are feeling like enthralled, like, yes, like Will had a good time at a con and he seems cool. I'm kind of like Will. I want to go to a con. Like, boom, thank you. But just it was such a great experience, and I'm kind of rambling right now. Just thank you, all of you. You have no idea how cool and how much, even as a 26-year-old, how cool it was to meet some of you guys. Like, I felt like a little kid again, meeting some of these guys, and I guess that's all I can say. It was just really nice meeting you guys, and hopefully I get to meet you again and meet some more people that I really like. But that's about all I got, guys. If I had to pose a question here, I guess I would have to say, have you guys been to a Comic-Con? What was your experience? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Why and why not? Let me know in the comments below. And if you guys went to Indy Pop Con and are seeing this video, like, comment, tell me what you thought was awesome, what you expect and want to hear about, or tell me like some of your stories. Like, let me know in the comments below. I really want to build a community here, and it's slowly starting, but I'm picking it up a little bit. So that's about all I got, guys. And just remember, guys, when there's a will, there's a way. Thanks for watching. To Indy Pop Con over in Indianapolis, Ohio. Not even I, like the smooth gentleman I am, would go like, hey, like, can I take a picture of you? I'm sure you guys don't want a whole itinerary, but like, I'm just trying to think of this in my head